Hello, hello! Join me for a currently inked fountain pen video. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so I haven't done a currently inked in quite some time, and I thought that I would do that with you. I literally went on a pen cleaning spree not that long ago, and I was kicking myself because quite literally I had like 20 pens that I needed to clean. So for 2024, the goal is to only keep this tray in my currently inked pile. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 pens. So no more than 14 pens. This tray actually sits down in my desk here. I have like a front drawer and it sits nicely there. I usually have 2 that I have out on top of my desk, and I use these really soft rickshaw pen holders, and they just kind of sit in front of me, and the 2 pens that I'm currently using for journaling or whatnot I have sitting there. And then I just kind of pull these randomly. They have an array of different colors in them, and obviously we're going to go through that. You are going to see a theme though as we go through, and I don't mean a purple theme like I'm used to, but a different one, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So we're going to start from left and we're going to work our way all the way over to right, and I am going to warn you, I'm going to botch these names, y'all. I'm so bad at pronunciation of these names, but I will actually, I've written them all down, and I'll actually show you the names as well, so that if you don't understand what I'm saying, then you'll get it. And I'm also going to put all of this information in the description box for you as well. Let's get started. Okay, very first is one of my Leonardo pens, and I'm just going to kind of move this so that everything can kind of be in frame here. And we're actually going to zoom in to the paper, and with each pen we're just going to kind of talk about what I like about the pen and how it writes and so on and so forth. This is the very first pen. This is a Leonardo Momento, and I did talk about this a couple of videos ago. It was in, I think, my 6-month pen video, and I can link that in the description. So I'm not very good at putting it up top yet. I'm not quite that good with editing. But yeah, so this is a Leonardo. And all of my Leonardos are incredible pens. Their nibs are just really well tuned. This particular ink is a Sailor ink, and again, it is the Fuji-Sugata. I don't know if that's how you say it, but this pen writes really well. It does have just a teensy bit of feedback. This is a broad, as we've talked about before. Broad is probably amongst my favorite as far as writing, because I have fat, kind of sloppy writing. And yeah, so Sailor, love, love, love Sailor inks. And this pen is just, it's really well weighted in my hand. It's purple, y'all. Let's face it. That's why I got on the pre-order for it. It does have rose gold trim, which is another bonus in my opinion. Next is the another Leonardo, and this is another Momento. And this particular one has another Sailor ink in it. Are you guys seeing what I was talking about here? This is a fairly new release that came out. I just absolutely loved this combination. So actually, before I write anymore, let's just kind of take a moment. Just that, like, that blue, and it's sort of like, it is a blue, but it's coming off a little more blue-gray on camera. Let me see if I can get my light a little bit closer. There you can kind of see it's a little more blue. But, and actually let me open my window and get some natural light in here, and maybe we can see these colors better. There we go. So that is definitely a more blue than the gray that you were seeing. But this particular ink, again, is a Sailor ink. And I have never, ever had any issues with my Leonardos. They like write right out of the box. I never have any issues. Barely have to do any tuning. Maybe if they have just a smidge more feedback than I prefer, then I might have to zoom in a little more. I might have to, you know, sand them just a smidge on a very, very, very fine paper with, you know, where I'm not going to like really hurt the nib. I'm just kind of taking some of that extra scratchiness out. But yeah, I mean, if you're kind of midway into your journey of collecting fountain pens, Leonardo is definitely needs to be on your list for sure. All right, we're only on pen 3. I gotta get hoofing. This one is a Pelikan, and for the life of me, I'm always forgetting
This is a Pelikan M600 and not an M800.
Favorite Pelikan out of all of them that I have. This and this one's really hard to get now because it was a limited edition and sold out fast. Another Sailor ink. Big surprise. So, and you know what will be funny is some of these inks I actually, and I'm gonna jump ahead to another pen that I know has the same ink just so that you can see a difference with the same ink. And so I'm gonna move these and I'm gonna put this one next. And this is a narwhal spelled Nahvalur. And I'm not sure what this particular one was called, and I don't think it just says narwhal on here. It was like one of their classics or something. But y'all, this is the exact same ink. It's just in a much finer nib, and I couldn't get this one in a bigger nib, and so you see me struggling to write with a tiny, skinny little nib. But isn't that funny that those two are the same inks, and look how different they look. One actually looks more, has like brown, darker gray tones, and the other one looks definitely more mauve-y, kind of pinky colors. So that's just kind of funny to me how different, depending on the nibs, the inks can be. I mean, it's cool. It's, you know, it's obviously what having the different nibs is all about, but it's just kind of neat to see that. And then this one here is a Walltown pen, and it's obviously a bespoke maker custom. This is a Sailor Manyo. And I don't know how to say the last part of it. Nekoyanagi, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure there are people everywhere really mad at me right now that I botched that up. But this one writes really, really well. It's well weighted in my hand. If you guys know me, you know I am all about supporting local business and bespoke makers. I actually live in South Carolina, where Carolina Pen Company is only about 45 minutes away from me, and love being able to support, you know, his blanks and stuff that go into a lot of these different pens. The next one is a Pilot Custom 74, and this one has a much smaller nib as well. I'm going to move this since we're getting down here. Much smaller nib as well because it's all I could get on this one, because again, this was a limited edition pen. But I don't mind having a few that are smaller. So this is the Sailor 237, And I really love that color because it just has so much shading to it. It's kind of hard to see on the camera, but it's not like a shimmer or a sheen, you know, shine of any kind, but it definitely has some shading where you see some like darker kind of grayish tones to it, and I absolutely love that. And I really do enjoy that pen as well. This one is newish on my list. It is a Pelikan M205, and honestly, bleh. I don't like this pen, y'all. It's just too cheap feeling to me, and it's my own fault. I should have known better because it's an M205, and you get what you pay for. It's literally one of the lower end Pelikans, and it's of no fault of its own. It's just, to me, too expensive for an entry-level pen. Really, in my opinion, just buying the name for this pen, it's just too much money for what it is. Just my opinion. I welcome yours. Let me know what you guys think if you have it. If you love it, that's great. But my opinion is for basically almost $200, it did come with ink. There are a lot better pens out there that you can purchase for that amount of money. And then this particular one, what is this one? I know it's a WoodWonders. Oh, okay, now I know the color. I couldn't remember the name of the ink. So WoodWonders of North Carolina. Charlie Harvey is up there with my absolute favorite bespoke makers. Check him out on IG. Look at his link below. I love his pens. He does a great job. That is another Sailor ink. So far, I literally only have the Edelstein Rose Quartz, and that's it. The rest are Sailors. So yeah, you can see really what my tried and true favorite ink tends to be, is Sailor. Don't get me wrong, there are so many great inks out there. Really do love a lot of Ferris wheel press inks, but I will say, even though I am, full disclosure, I am an ambassador, I think personally they do too many shimmer and sheeny type inks for me. I do love them, and they do a lot that are just shading, but it is tough because those gum up my pens like crazy, and so I really do prefer just kind of more of the basic ink, and Sailor just takes the cake for there. I gotta be real, y'all. I am not somebody that's going to fib just because I am an ambassador. I do still love Ferris wheel press, but if I'm gonna pick what's my favorite, it's definitely Sailor, without a doubt. Again, Sailor, this is the same as the one above, the Fuji-Sugata, if that's how you say it, I don't know. This is the Esterbrook Estie in the limited edition color Punch. All right, another Leonardo. This is the Leonardo Fiore Grande. It was said much better than that when I Googled it, but this is in and I'm Italian, y'all. That's pitiful, right? That's absolutely pitiful. My ancestors are turning in their graves as we speak. This is a Ferris wheel press, sugar and spite. I haven't been doing this on the other ones, but I really love this particular ink. It does have a shimmer in it, but that's a big nib, and so it seems to be handling it well, but will it come up? Oh, there you are, right there, you can see it. Super cool. Okay, and then this is another WoodWonders of North Carolina, and this is a Colorverse. Ah, Heather. Okay, try this again. Wood Wonders. Oi. Yeah. There we go. This is Rainy Day by Colorverse. And I love this blue. It's a really pretty blue, and I love this pen. It's definitely in one of my top 5 favorite pens. Hard to explain why, but it's just kind of how it holds in my hand. But that is the Rainy Day by Colorverse. We're nearing the end. Okay, so then we have the fatter, larger, almost doesn't fit in frame Esterbrook Estie, and this is in an ebonite type finish. Let's zoom out just a smidge. And this is in a Ferris wheel press as well. Blushing Mushroom. Another one of my favorite Ferris wheel press colors. Don't know if you can get that one on the website right now. Ferris wheel press. Blushing Mushroom. All right. Okay. And then my new limited edition Pilot VP, which I've shown this one a bunch of times. This is definitely in my top 5 favorites. Pilot VP, and this is a Sailor. Oh yeah, right. Shikibu. Oi. Hi, Heather. Shikibu. Oh. Iroshizuku. Man, I really messed that one up, y'all. Sorry about that, Sailor. I'm terrible. But yes, definitely love the full size Pilot VP. This one never fails, writes perfectly, gold nib. Highly recommend. And then last but not least, my last inked one is a pressed flower tailored pen. And this is in, what is this ink? Sailor 162, and it's kind of like a green type of color, and I really like that one as well. So those are my currently inked pens with the ink that are in them. If you guys have any questions about any of these pens, definitely comment down below. What do you have currently inked right now? What are your kind of favorite go-tos that seem to always be in your currently inked pile up? Let me know, and like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!